So in today's 6 minutes, we want to basically create interaction in our game. So remember, we are doing an action adventure game, and we want the player to be able to move around and interact with objects and basically get different outcomes based on what they're interacting with. So just to give context, if we want to create doors or maybe things that people can use in the game, we want the player to be able to get closer to an object, and if it's interactable, it means that once the player is close to it, we need like a pop-up on the screen to show, okay, you can interact with this object, or maybe you can pick it up, or maybe you can open if it's a window or a door, or maybe you want to pick up armor, or maybe you want to pick up like a weapon, those sort of things. Yeah. So we want, once the player is close to an object, we want it to do something that tells the player, okay, you can interact with me, and I'm alive. I'm alive to you. So quickly to set it up, we are going to open our content browser, and under the blueprints folder, we are going to add another folder and name it actor. Again, under actor, let's call it actors. And then under actors, there is different types of actors that will be in our game, so we are going to call it interactables. Cool. So after that, this is where we'll put all the objects that we can interact with in our game. So I'll create a blueprint class. Right click on the content browser, under blueprints, name it actors, and the name will be blueprint actor. Interactable. Cool. So when we open it, the first thing, remember, I always tell you, disable the ticks since we might not need them. So you just disable it by default before like making a lot of progress. Make sure the ticks are disabled. And as described earlier, we want this actor to be able to activate or make itself available to the player once the player is close to it. There's different ways that you can do this, and my preferred one would be adding a more of collider in your actor. So we are going to add a box collision. It could be a sphere, it could be anything, but I like working with boxes. So box collision, move it a bit up, and then make sure that we can leave the tick for this. We can set hidden in game to false, and the line thickness for us just to visualize, we can set it to, I think, 3 or 5. Yeah, 3 makes sense. So when we go back to our map and drag in our actor, we can clearly see that our actor does have visuals. So when we hit play, we can see it in the wall. So we want, once we are close to it, we get a text, or maybe it highlights, or does a different thing, just to tell the player that I'm an interactable, to differentiate it from the world. And to do that, we'll go under the box and search for on component begin overlap. So we are getting an overlap event being activated, and we'd like to know if the what's overlapping us is our player or what is it. So I'll take the other actor node. Remember, there are different nodes. I'll take the other actor because if it's a component that's overlapping this box, we're still going to get like the parent actor. So I'm just going to click on the other actor and cast it to character. And then remember, not to the player character or not to the base character. So basically we're just getting the default C++ character of the engine. This is because if we look at something very important called the size map, you'll see that as soon as we start adding stuff, the size map of this actor will go up, and I want us to be as low as possible. So it's a bit of good optimizations. So as character, if it's the character that's overlapping our actor, we can quickly just do a print string. Print string, and from the character we can get the display name. Get display name, and we can hook that up to our, and let's set the duration to 5 seconds and compile. So when you play our game, we want to know if we are close to an interactable. So we quickly walk around, and once we get close, you can see on top of my left side there is a print string calling PPC player. Well, there we go. So I think that's it for today, and have a great evening.